Hey guys, Brian here, and today I wanted to talk about games that I know were received poorly, but I still enjoyed playing. And the first ones I want to talk about are actually the Kane and Lynch series. The Kane and Lynch series, I thought the first one was pretty decent. It had its issues. The controls weren't all that great. The way that you shot didn't feel very well, and the way that you went into cover felt very weird. Now, in Kane and Lynch 2, they fixed a bunch of those problems, but they forgot to put a story mode in it. Kane and Lynch 2 you could beat in about 3 or 4 hours, and the first one is about a 10-hour experience. So they really didn't care about the story in the second one. But the shining light in both of these games is its multiplayer, Fragile Alliance. Now, in Fragile Alliance, it looks a lot like what you see in Battlefield Hardline and Payday 2 The Heist, with a little bit of a tweak to it. Now, it's got the same cops and robbers feeling to it, and in Fragile Alliance, when you get killed, you become a cop. But in the end, if there's any of the robbers still left, and you get to the getaway, you can all go in together and split up the money, or you can do what I did a bunch and kill your teammates and take all the money. Now, sometimes that didn't always work out the way you planned and you got yourself killed, but it was still fun doing it. And the second game I wanted to talk about was Alpha Protocol. Now, I remember looking at this game in Game Informer and seeing it on IGN and saying, wow, this looks like a combination of Metal Gear and Mass Effect. This game is going to be amazing. What we got wasn't exactly that at all. There were some ideas that made it, look like that's what they were trying to do. But overall, their attempt fell short. And a few other things that wasn't really great in the game is the actual aiming and shooting of your gun was very difficult, to say the least. And some of the story elements weren't that great. But I do kind of hope that this game does get a reboot of some sort, or maybe a sequel, because I did see various parts of the game that did make it look like it could be a good game. It just fell short. And the last game I wanted to talk about, which is very bad, but I still enjoyed playing it back in the day because I was a Lost fanboy, is Lost. They meant to make more games that followed the whole series of the show, but obviously this game didn't do well enough for them to go past the first game. The first game, you play as an entirely new character in the universe, and you interact with other people in the game, but there's not much game in there. I mean, besides the interaction, and there's this light trading system, and very, very few parts in the game where you shoot a weapon. Which that's not a problem really, but there just wasn't much to do in the game. If they ever tried to make another Lost game, I would love it to just be this open world game that has the whole island, and you get to explore it. And maybe play as one of the main characters. But now we're going to go to the user questions. And this one comes from a friend of mine that wanted me to talk about the comeback of Guitar Hero and Rock Band, and is it too late? And I don't think it's too late. I think that there's a lot of people who are starving for a new music game. I know Harmonix is coming out with Amplitude, which is a reboot of a PS2 game, and it's going to have all songs made by Harmonix, and it has this crazy story. It looks awesome. And with the return of Guitar Hero and Rock Band, I think Guitar Hero, its main problem was that they oversaturated the market. There were over 10 games in 5 years in that series. They really needed to slow down, but they did not. So what I think they could do to fix this is just have Guitar Hero be a platform. Now, just have one Guitar Hero, and every 4 to 6 months, just come out with a giant content pack, and you can still have the weekly small, couple songs that come out here and there, and just do that for the whole console generation, and by the end you would have this giant game with thousands of songs, and because Guitar Hero, I mean, you don't really have to come out with a new game every year, because it's the act of playing that's fun in Guitar Hero. It's not the act of, or it's not, it's not a graphical. You don't have to have the best graphics in the next one. A lot of the games look very cartoony, actually, but that's what I think they should do with Guitar Hero. And I think the only thing that happened with Rock Band is everybody was looking at Guitar Hero, and they were seeing what was going on, and they thought Rock Band was going to do the same thing. But I'm excited to see what Harmonix does with Guitar Hero, and I'm sure whatever they do will be great. I just hope they don't make the same mistakes that they made the first time around. But that's my time, and if you like this video, like it, share it, subscribe to the show, leave a comment below for a future topic that I do in the second half, and follow me on Twitter. I'm at Brian Poteet, and have a nice day.